This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday the 18th. I'm James Spann. Very cold air settling in here tonight. A messy system coming in here Friday, and that's going to mean some snow and ice for parts of North Alabama. A lot of things to sort out. We'll do that as we go. Let's start with some images earlier today. And hey, that's not Boston. That is Scottsboro, Alabama. A heavy convective snow shower passing through there this morning, almost bringing whiteout conditions, but those snow showers don't last long. That's their nature. That was Huntsville. Had some driving issues up there in the Tennessee Valley, north of the Tennessee River this morning. Isn't that nice? That's downtown Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And anybody that's been up there, you know how pretty it is, and especially how pretty it is and when the snow is falling in the wintertime. That's just gorgeous. Look at the trough. Goodness gracious. Deep, cold upper trough over the eastern part of the nation. Here comes this Arctic flush, if you will. Only 15 in St. Louis. Tomorrow morning, we'll expect a low between 10 and 15. High tomorrow, only in the low 30s. North of Birmingham, highs only in the 20s. The wind chill index tomorrow morning could hit areas or regions below zero in spots. Here's a watch warning map, and all of this is changing as I do this update. The Weather Service in Huntsville has posted a winter storm watch for their counties for Friday and Friday night. And the Weather Service in Atlanta has posted one for areas north of Atlanta, Nashville. All the offices in the region are posting them for Friday and Friday night. This is north of Birmingham, and we'll talk about that in deep detail here in just a moment. This is the overall precipitation for the next 5 days, valid through Monday evening of next week. The bullseye is over western Tennessee. Of course, some of that is going to be snow and ice. Speaking of ice, this is the chance of ice accumulation from midday Friday until midday Saturday. You can see fairly high percentages over North Alabama, in fact, in the 80% bracket there near the Tennessee border. And this is the chance of accumulating snow greater than 1 inch between midday Friday and midday Saturday. Look at the GFS model fans. This is the 12Z run, valid tomorrow at noon. Big trough in the east. Down below that, it's just cold. Again, we start the day between 10 and 15, the high around 30. Locations north of Birmingham not getting out of the 20s. But the sky will be sunny. That's the good news. But here we go with our Friday mess. The onset of this stuff will likely be sometime during the day Friday, maybe even Friday morning. And you can see the guidance here is suggesting the initial precipitation will be mainly north of U.S. 278, north of a line from Hamilton to Cullman to Gadsden. Initially, it should be all snow Friday morning. Now, this is Friday evening at 6 o'clock, and as the cold air becomes more shallow and we have warm air advection aloft, it changes to sleet and freezing rain. The GFS depicting the freeze line Friday evening at 6 o'clock from, again, near Hamilton to about Huntsville and Aniana and Piedmont. And it could be pretty messy up in there. And this is midnight Friday night, 12 a.m. Saturday, and just a nasty-looking freezing rain look there for Huntsville, Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Gadsden, and Cedar Bluff and Center, maybe down to Anniston, Oxford, and Heflin. And I've said this many times, it's a battle here between warm air advection and the wedge, cold air damming. And that cold air damming effect can be very tough to break down over northeast and east Alabama sometimes. And this could be a high-impact event for those places in northeast Alabama. And then this is Saturday morning at 6 o'clock, and we've still got freezing rain over northeast Alabama near the Georgia border. In fact, all the way down to Chambers County with the wedge. So it's a very problematic, challenging forecast, but I think the screaming concern, it's the possibility of very significant icing for northeast and maybe even east central Alabama Friday night. Could be enough for power outages and tree limbs and maybe even some trees to come down if indeed this verifies. And then Saturday at noon, we're in warmer air and everything kind of winds down. In fact, this is suggesting a pretty decent chunk of the day Saturday might wind up being dry and noticeably warmer. If this is right, we'll see a high close to 60 on Saturday afternoon. This is a look at the accumulation of the various types valid through midday Saturday, and you can see the freezing rain problem there. From Huntsville, that's in the upper right, from Huntsville and Scottsboro down to Gadsden, maybe even Anniston, maybe even down to Ashland and Lineville and Wadowee. So this is kind of what we've got thrown out there, the public graphic. The biggest wintry weather problems generally north of a line from near Hamilton to about Blunt Springs, and then down below Oxford, almost down to Wadowee. Starts off as snow, changing to freezing rain and sleet. And Friday night, the greatest impact should be Friday night over northeast and maybe east central Alabama with icing potential. Birmingham probably not directly involved in this at the moment, and understand this will change. This is Wednesday. This event happens Friday and Friday night into Saturday morning. But at the moment, it looks like the impact for Birmingham will be minimal. The impact for Tuscaloosa just doesn't look likely that there'll be any problems there at all. This is mainly for Anniston, Gadsden, Huntsville, Cullman, places like that. Of course, Cedar Bluff, Fort Payne, Mentone, Scottsboro. All right, this is Sunday. A cold front coming in. By golly, that might even kick off a thunderstorm or two. Be in the 50s on Sunday. And then Monday, just cold and dry. Highs go back in the 40s. Cold and dry Tuesday. And the same thing for Wednesday of next week. Now, toward the end of next week, looky here. Here we go with more winter weather fun and games. This is the 26th, Thursday night, the 26th, Thursday night of next week, and evidence of a Gulf low and some snow problems. And come on, you know the deal. There's no skill in identifying specifics here. And this is the 28th. Just something to watch. There's the upper look on the 28th. You can see that strong system coming in here. But this is voodoo. This could easily change. Temperatures cold. But again, look at the spike on Sunday up to 63. How about that? And we go back into cold air next week. And just maybe that 60-degree warmth will verify as March begins. We'll just have to wait and see. That is it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can, catch us this evening on the live stream of the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.